Hello, it's time for Tuesdays in the... What happened?
It surprised me.
But I just said.
I know you did.
So for behind the scenes, before we start, I'm always going like 5 seconds, blah, blah, blah. So,
always is a strong word.
Well, yeah, that's true. I don't always do it. Welcome. We
Hello.
were ready until somebody got distracted. It's Tuesday again, so it's time for Tuesdays in the shop.
I'm always distracted.
Yeah, she has ADD.
I do.
And today we are showing you brand new fabric.
I know that we weren't even sure we were going to see because it went on a trip around the city.
Oh my. So we, as you know, we are in the process of closing the brick and mortar in Manhattan, and we've rented a new space out in the suburbs where Andrea lives so that she no longer has to commute, which is exciting. This is like such a pandemic thread too, right? Like so many people stop commuting into the city because remote work and all, you know.
One of the reasons we're closing the store.
Right. So it's all like, you know, snowball, whatever. But anyway, so we're in the process of changing where things ship. And we told the vendors, like, you know, here's the new billing address, here's the new shipping address. And somehow
they combined the two addresses. I don't know what I
have no idea how this happened, but somehow Moda had a completely incorrect address, which ironically is near my apartment in East Harlem. It makes no sense.
None of it makes sense.
And we didn't notice because we get shipment notifications all the time. Like, we don't check the address when we get a shipment notification.
We assume that they're sending it to the right place.
Long story short, a week went by, and
I had showed up at your house.
Well, yeah.
And then it's
anyway. It was, and we're still missing both.
Yeah, we're still waiting for some of it, but we have most of it.
We're supposed to be here today. No, that's going to my house. Missing bolt. So we'll show you the bolts we have.
Which are
we're missing one, and we've set up these products. The collection is called Sugar
Cone.
I almost said Sugar Cube.
Close.
What was I saying? Oh, we've set them up on the website as pre-order, December pre-order, because we don't have the last one.
And the pre-cuts.
And we don't have the pre-cut. Once they arrive, then we'll ship everything complete.
Which we assume will be early next week.
It's supposed to be today.
We'll see.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
So let's show them.
Yes, so this is a Sugar Cone collection by Kim Kight for Ruby Star Society. And as you might guess from the name Sugar Cone, it's sweets. So the first, I don't even know which you would consider the main print.
She kind of doesn't do that, right? In her collections most of the time.
Yeah. So we have Sugar Cone here. So this, what I assume are vanilla and chocolate ice cream cones. So that is
and
Sugar
this is
Cone.
Such a pretty blue.
It's a gorgeous blue. What color is this called? Altitude? They don't print the color names on here. I think it's Altitude.
Oh, I can pull it up.
But yeah, so that's the blue version. And then we have...
Yes, Altitude.
Okay. So yeah, the Push Pops is
Which
royal.
Is not a color name.
No, not so much. But at least it makes you think of blue. So this is the other color, Citron.
I love
I know. This one is
like a highlighter yellow.
Yeah, it has just a hint of green. It's not green, but it has it's more of a green yellow than a warm yellow. And then with the pink and purple ice cream, which you could say strawberry
when I was a little girl,
violet.
I would have killed for a dress in this print.
Me too. My daughter would probably kill for a dress in this print.
Maybe I could make one for Hazel. Not for Hazel. Your daughter's Hazel. My niece is Emma.
Yeah, and they're the same age, so it's easy to get them confused.
I think she would wear it.
Didn't you say she only wears dresses?
She only likes dresses,
Yeah, make her a dress.
I think it's so cute.
So that's Sugar Cone. And then we also have Push Pop.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also a good one. So this is Push Pop in Royal Blue.
Push Pop still exist?
I think so. I mean, I know they did
had
when
them
I was
in the
a kid,
90s.
for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely remember eating them as a kid. I haven't looked recently.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I don't actually know.
I associate it with the swimming pool in my town.
I could see that.
Growing up in the 90s.
You know what? I think they do. Because now that I remember when the ice cream truck comes at the pool, I think they do have Push Pops. Anyway, so this is Push Pops in lipstick.
And that is such a good pink.
Yes, it is a very good
beautiful pink.
Little purple and pink.
Sort of like a Barbie pink.
Kind of a sherbet color in there in the Push Pops. And then this, I can't decide which one is my favorite.
She's so amused by this print.
Little gummy bears.
They're really, really cute.
They're so cute. they have like little expressions and stuff, and they're adorable, and they all like they just look like you could smush them.
Yeah.
So this one is, I believe, in altitude. So mostly blue with that little pop of citron in there, which really makes it pop. And then the last two.
Hank
the
is
last
saying
print.
Flintstones push-ups.
Exactly. That's what I used to eat. Yeah, from the 90s. Absolutely.
Yeah, because he's about our age too, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hi,
think this one
Dana.
is called swirly straws or curly.
I'll look it up.
I can't remember.
It is called
Straws.
just straws.
Just straws. Easy. So straws in macaroon. So this one has like a lavender background with pink and orange straws.
This one makes me think of like Mrs. Fizzle's dresses,
a little
from-
bit, yeah, from the Magic School Bus.
Yeah.
I always think of Swizzle Stick for some reason, but that's not
different.
actually what they are.
They're curly straws.
Yes, curly straws, which also my daughter loves curly straws.
Why wouldn't
too.
you?
And then this one is citron.
Yep.
So that's pink. And then or I don't know if it's the same orange. I don't think it's the same orange.
Yeah, that one looks neon.
I think this one is a little bit rustier.
Right.
But yeah, definitely. This one's definitely a little rustier. This one is kind of a sherbet, kind of creamsicle orange. Whereas this is a little.
And is this the same highlighter color than that one?
It should be,
Okay.
yes.
Because it looks brighter in this print. I guess just because there's more of it.
Let's see. Yes, definitely the same. Yeah.
I really like this color.
I know.
And
do
I am
too.
not
It's
a
good
yellow
color.
person.
And then the one bolt that we don't have yet is an off-white with like squiggles in this color.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully
more
we'll
of a
have that
blender.
tomorrow.
Yeah, just to kind of round out all of these fun novelty prints.
Dana's saying she loves this fabric. It's really fun.
I know. If I had more time, I would make my daughter clothes in all of these prints and she would love them.
And Ruby Star's base cloth is so
It
nice
really
for
is.
clothes.
It's very soft. I think most of it is unbleached. I mean, you can sort of see on the gummy bears, it's not a white.
Right.
A lot of times they do an unbleached.
I think they have 3 base. They have like a really bleached, they have the
possible.
kind of unbleached, and then they have that like really natural with the speckles in it.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, this doesn't have speckles in it. But it's not a white.
It's not like a bleached white.
But it is.
But this one seems like maybe it's.
I think it's the same as this.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think just with it being on the blue, she's talking about the ice cream cones.
But those look whiter.
They do, but I am almost it's just because
because of the contrast.
the white of this ice cream looks whiter than the background, just because it's surrounded by the blue.
It makes sense.
I think. Your eye can perceives color differently depending on what's around it. So I think that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
But yes, it's the same blue. It's the same off-white.
Right. So we have a question. Linda's asking, how would you cut them? Because they are kind of a large scale and they're not really great for fussy cutting because there isn't a lot of negative space around them.
You know what? I hadn't even thought about it.
I hadn't thought about it too much because I've been thinking mostly of making clothes.
I would just go ahead and treat them as most other prints.
Just slice it however it lines up.
And wherever you end up cutting, it'll work.
Right, exactly.
I mean, unless it's a 2-inch square, that might.
Which is also what I was about to say.
Yeah, like a 2-inch square might be a little tricky, but if you've got 5-inch, a 5-inch square is roughly that.
Right.
So you'll definitely get quite a few cones in it.
Right.
And let's see, let's look at the push pop
And prints like this, if you're doing a quilt, they often really benefit from putting some solids in because these are so large scale and
so I think this one
loud that if you have too many of them, you end up not seeing anything, right? You need a little bit of calm so that the thing that is cool shows up.
So I did match some solids to these, which we haven't added to the website yet, but we will as soon as we get a chance. And then I also designed a quilt.
Right. Let's show them the quilt.
Because just like Linda's asking, everyone asks when we get new collections, what do I do with it?
Right.
And this one, to me, it was just so adorable that I wanted to show you guys how to use it, and in a way where you can see the prints. So we have 2 options here. There's a small version and a large.
Oh, I
Uh,
don't know why it's so huge.
are we looking this? Is that what we're seeing now? So that's the large.
Yes.
So the large uses layer cakes. So that one will have, I don't know how many are in the collection. I think it's 20 something.
Right.
So the layer cake, you'll have a lot more variety because there's more prints than what we ordered yardage of.
Right.
So in the picture, you can see there's a little bit more color variation, a little bit more print variation. That uses the layer cake. And then the small version uses just the yardage that we have.
Right.
The center of those solstice suns, I guess. The pattern is called Simple Solstice. And it's a great pattern because it's easy. You take a square, either a 5-inch or a 10-inch, depending on which size you're making, and then just do the corners, and then flying geese and half square triangles.
And they're big blocks too.
Right.
Yeah.
So they come out, well, I mean, depending on the size, but they do come out, I don't remember exactly what size they are, but they're a good size. So either,
Well, because this is a 69-inch wide quilt,
Right,
and it's
and
only
it's
3
3
across,
across,
right? So
yeah.
that's a pretty big block.
I should have looked to see what size they were. I don't remember. But yeah, so you're starting with a 10-inch square for this one. So the center, those centers of the suns would be 10 inches.
Right.
So you do get a good
So maybe it's like a 16-inch block or
view
something.
of,
Yeah.
probably, view of the prints.
I like big blocks.
I do too. I like how fast they are,
Yeah.
and that you can really see the fabrics.
And you don't get so bored. Like
Also
I
that.
do not like making 36 of the same thing.
No, you
know?
don't. You make like 2 blocks,
And then
you're
I
usually done.
pawn it off on
Yeah,
somebody else to
that's
see if they'll
usually-
finish
usually
it
how
for
that
me.
works around here. But this I think is a great way to showcase these fun prints. And even with that 5-inch square, you still get at least one, full push pop, if not 2.
Right.
You get the cones, you get the, that sort of thing.
Right. And since you're using a layer cake, like it comes cut however it comes cut, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
they don't fussy cut those when they're producing them in the factories.
Right. But if it, with a 10-inch block, that's,
Right.
about like this.
Right.
So you'll get quite a few from a 10-inch block of either push pops.
And it's like a snowball in the middle, so it's a lot of the print.
Exactly. So basic piecing, snowballs, half square, triangles, and flying geese, things that most of us are probably already.
Some lint.
Oh, I'm covered in dust, I'm sure. Techniques that most of you are probably already familiar with.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty fast make, and really fun prints.
And it really does showcase the fabric, right?
Mhm.
Because of that big cut of each print.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's a good one. So we have kits available for both sizes here. That hopefully ship next week when the layer cakes show up.
Yeah. We will see.
Yeah. So that's those are. Oh, and then so there's also, what else do I have? We have bundles,
Yes.
and
So if you scan the
Bye-bye.
QR code on the screen, it'll take you to the Sugar Cone Collection Ara website, and you can choose a smaller collection bundle, like just a subset of the colors. You can choose a fat quarter bundle of the whole collection, or yardage of any of the prints, or the kits.
that's the other thing I ordered. I forgot.
You
So
didn't
yes.
forget, you set it up.
Well, yeah. So we did get fat quarter bundles of the full collection as well. So if
Right.
we didn't get the ones that you were in love with, the fat quarter bundle will
Has
include
all of
all
it.
of the prints.
Yep.
And then, like she said, we have one bundle that's the blue and yellows, and then another bundle that's the pink and yellows. So a little bit more targeted if you only want 6. So those are 6-piece bundles.
Right.
In fat quarter, half yard, or full yard bundles, as we always do. But that way you can really target and get just
Because the colors are quite different.
yes, but work so
Oh,
well
yeah.
together.
Yeah. And then we're planning on only talking about this today, but it turns out Kona announced their color of the year today. So we have to talk about that too.
Yeah, that's exciting, and it's one of my favorite colors.
I mean, yeah. I pressed the wrong button. Hold on.
Way to go.
So I'm going to pull up the lookbook that they provide for the color. The color name is Julep. And I should take that QR code down because that is not relevant anymore. So, ta-da! Kona's 2024 color of the year is one of our favorite colors
Yeah.
ever. It's like an aqua, and we haven't seen it in real life, so I can't describe it to you any better than
Exactly.
aqua.
We've only seen what you're seeing right now.
But if you think about a julep, usually that's like a mint, so it's like a little bit bluer aqua as opposed to like a really green aqua, right?
I would say it's probably a greener aqua than a bluer aqua. If it's mint, that's green.
Right, but like julep mint is like that bluer one.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out.
I mean, the picture they're showing looks pretty green.
See, and to me, that looks bluer.
See, this is how people can see colors differently. When we're looking at the exact same thing, we're seeing it differently.
It also, in this screen, looks a little bluer than in this screen.
Okay.
So who knows? Okay, so the color is called julep. And Robert Kaufman mocked up several quilt ideas using it. And some of them are pretty surprising.
Yeah, this is for every time they do a color of the year, they also launch quilt patterns, most of which are free, not all of them, but several of them are free to go along with their color of the year. And if you guys remember last year, the color was Crush.
Yeah, that was such a good color.
And we had 2 quilt kits that went along with Crush, and you guys loved those. So once we actually see this color, maybe we'll
Yeah, because it's so hard to tell when you look at it online,
exactly.
Right? I thought it was interesting that so on the right there's like a pretty standard quilt where it's like two shades of a color, and that's a very Robert Kaufman vibe for Kona color of the year. But on the left, it's a really interesting warm on the aqua.
I don't know if I would have put those together that way, but I think it looks good.
Very unusual.
Yeah.
And then this is just a pretty picture of a bunch of quilts made with that color. And on this one, it looks more green, I think. Right. And then these two, I think, are also pretty surprising.
Totally different.
Yeah. So on the left is a kind of a traditional looking quilt. But the one on the right is so surprising because they put like a highlighter yellow.
Yeah, which is probably very similar to the yellow we just showed you from the sugar cone group.
And like normally you're not going to put an aqua with a highlighter yellow.
Right. It
looks really like a totally different color.
It does.
I don't know if I like it. I like that it's weird, but I'm not sure I like it.
I like weird too.
Yeah. All right. What else do we have? Oh yeah.
And then vintage, the one on the left is vintage lace from one of our favorite pattern designers, Lo and Behold Stitchery. And that's such a good pattern.
And that colorway they did is really pretty. It's kind of 90s vibe.
It's also kind of Christmassy to me.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe because, I don't know, the dark
Maybe because
green,
you're focusing on Christmas so much in your real life.
Could be. The light green with the dark green. And
a little bit of a reddish.
Red or coral, whatever that is.
Supposedly, this year, aqua is like a Christmas color. Who knows?
Yeah, it comes and goes, I feel like. Yeah.
The one on the right, I think, is really interesting. It's just a log
cabin's on point.
But the colors and the layout, makes it an interesting quilt. It'd be so easy to put together.
Yeah, and this is the Bonnie quilt by Kitchen Table Quilting. We have some patterns by Kitchen Table Quilting. This one is brand new, though. It's actually just been released.
That's cool.
So
yeah,
I tied it in with the color of the
kind
year,
of like a sherbet
nice
look to those colors.
Yeah, kind of pastel. Yeah.
What else? Oh, yeah, I like this one the best, I think. This kind of ombre layout of the purple is really interesting.
Anytime I see an ombre, I like it.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. We're not going to carry these pre-cuts that you see on the right, but we are going to get yardage of this color because we love the Kona color of the year because it's gives you a reason to try something new.
Right.
A little bit of
it's only available for that year and then whatever they have left over at the end of the year.
Yep. So limited edition thing to be excited about.
Yeah.
Also, who doesn't love a new solid color to play with? Like, we love solids. I'm going to put that QR code up too.
And even though Kona has 365 colors or something, there's still ones
they don't strangely
have.
Missing. Yeah. We're offering 10% off on this color if you order by the 15th, which is when we're going to put our order in with them. And then we'll ship it to you after it arrives, which hopefully will be by the end of the year. I put December on the product when I set it up, but don't hold me to that because Robert Kaufman is not known for shipping fast.
Yeah, they're notoriously slow at shipping, but we'll do the best we can.
Yeah, I think this color is going to sell really well.
Oh, I think so pretty. Too. I mean, I know I want it.
I know. Well, you like all aqua.
Pretty much. Yeah. Green or blue or whatever. Yeah. Aqua. I think it would probably look pretty nice with some of these sugar cone prints too, to be honest.
Oh,
just like the one that with the aqua and the citron, you could mix. Oh, that.
Ooh, what about your quilt kit, but with the aqua background?
You sure it's almost aqua?
Yeah. More like turquoise, I think.
Oh, the simple solstice quilt with aqua. Interesting.
That could be cool.
Could be. I had not thought of that. We had not put
Mock
these
that up.
together. There
Well,
was no link to these things
right,
in my
like,
mind until just now.
we had done sugar cone, and that was the point of today's live. But then I saw the Kona thing, and I was like, well, we have to include that too, you know?
Right. Yeah. And since we do a lot of our best work at the last minute, why not?
Yeah. We didn't do that much work this time.
No, we were too busy packing boxes and breaking down shelves.
Yeah. So speaking of that, we are in the process of moving into our new space, which everyone knows that we're doing that. The shipping situation is going to be more weird than usual for like the next week, but we're still taking orders. We're still shipping out. We're estimating 2 to 4 days to get an order shipped from when you place your order. If there's something you need right away, just leave a comment. We'll do our best.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're waiting, the stuff that's most likely to sell, we're going to pack up last and then unpack first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the actual move is Friday.
Yeah, so moving over the weekend, so hopefully minimal disruption to, normal operations. Yeah, and then we'll get back up and running as soon as we can.
Yep. And after that, we're doing, in the store in Midtown, we're doing a fixture sale. So I'm going to send an email to our whole list because some people are in New York or in driving distance to New York
and need a folding table.
We're selling so many random things that we've accumulated over the last 8 years.
There's a lot of random stuff. That's true. Yeah. A fan, heaters.
Like 3 fans. Yeah.
Ironing boards. Yeah. Just looking around this room, there's a whole bunch of stuff. We have 3 ironing boards just within sight. I mean, we are in the classroom, so that makes sense. But,
yeah. The last thing I wanted to mention is that tomorrow night is Thread Talks.
Oh, yeah.
It's Nicole Volsinger tomorrow.
Yes.
I don't know if that's how you say her name.
Thank you for reminding, because I was...
You forgot?
It's hard for me to keep track, yeah.
I mean, also, time has lost all meaning.
That is also true, yes.
So I'm going to share my screen again. Let's see. Remove this.
I know, but I love these Thread Talks, though. They're so fun and interesting, and... it's 50 minutes. So it's like low commitment, easy to join. The only thing is you do have to be there at the time from 8 to 9 p.m. Which if you're trying to give a kid a bath and put them in bed at the very same time, it can be a little bit tricky.
I think your husband can put your kid to bed.
As long as I remember to tell him to do it, he can. He's definitely capable of doing that.
Yeah. So I was going to show you, you maybe don't know this name. I never think of her real name. I always think of Wild Boho. That's her brand.
Yeah, I didn't know that was her until I saw something.
So we follow her on Instagram. She's got a really awesome page.
Books and...
Yeah, she's written all these books about embroidery. She has this really interesting layering style. And what she's going to be talking about tomorrow night is, her term is encrusted embroidery. So she takes fabric, often it's quilting fabric, and then she embroiders on top of it to add more interest to it. And she's going to be showing a bunch of different slides of projects she's done in the past and how she's approaching it, why she picks the things she picks to put on top of the fabric that's already there.
Oh, that's going to be really cool.
I like the line, just as a chef brings out the best flavors from raw ingredients, you will learn approaches Nicole has developed to heighten a fabric's best features. I love that idea.
Yeah, and I remember, in the books that we've had of hers, she did do that. Like she'd have an embroidery hoop that she was using as like a frame, with a quilting fabric where she just embellished the print with embroidery that was really cool.
Yeah,
so I'm excited to see what else she's got to show us.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really helpful. Like, not all of the lectures are so teachy. That's not a word. But hers is like, I mean, it's not like she's going to be stitching, I don't think.
Right, yeah, I doubt that she'll be showing you actual stitches.
It's like process, right? So she's teaching her mindset and how she approaches it and like how she ends up with those beautiful pieces that she makes.
But I'm sure it will give you a lot of ideas.
Yep, exactly.
Maybe not show you exactly how to do it, but give you the idea so that then you can, look in her book or look up on, whatever book you may have.
Yeah, and she's got a lot of stuff online. She's got lots of videos on her social media and stuff. So,
and really that's usually the hardest part for people is the spark, the idea.
Right. And kind of breaking out of the just here's a pattern, I'm just going to stitch around the pattern. Like she comes up with unique things by using fabric and stitching on top of the fabric.
Right. And from what I've seen in the books anyway, it's, backstitch around the
Right.
shape. It's not super complicated.
And
but
sometimes she adds beads, and sometimes she adds,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good talk. I hope some of you can join us. I have put the link for that talk in the comments just to, shake things up a bit instead of putting the QR code up. Just click the comments if you're interested in joining us. And of course, it's virtual. You get a link and then you log in, and you don't have to download any software or anything.
Nope. Yep. It's all
Just
in
a browser.
Yep. Right in there. It's easy. You can listen on your phone while you're giving your
That's
kid a bath, which I wouldn't know, never done, but
yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's it for today.
I think so too. Yeah, just some fun fabrics and some new stuff.
Yep. And just, if you've been worried about what it's going to be like once we actually make the transition, it's going to be exactly the same. We're going to be just as disorganized as usual, and we're going to get just as many pretty fabrics as we used to from all the same vendors. And, we're actually adding a lot of new solids, which we'll tell you about later.
Yes, I'm excited about
so
that.
The mix is going to be a little bit different than it used to be, but we're here for you. And if there's something you're seeing online that you really want us to carry, send us an email.
Oh, yeah, always. Yeah. And as I've been telling people here in the store, before we're closing, if you see this fabric and you're like, oh my God, I love that, but I want a purple that goes with it. Just send us an email. Yeah. I am happy to do those types of things for people.
Yeah.
I love this collection. I don't like the solstice quilt, but I want to make a baby quilt. And, I was thinking of this pattern. Could you help me find coordinates?
Right.
Love to. Just ask. And
and we're going to start selling color cards for solids.
Yes. And we have a lot of ideas for the website to link so that, when you pull up a print,
coordinated.
Right. We'll give you solid coordinates, things like that, so that you don't have to ask us. They'll already just be there.
How many solids are we going to have once everything shows up?
Almost 400.
No, it's got to be more than that.
Maybe it was 500.
Yeah.
4 or 500. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. I'm excited.
No, I think it's 4.
400?
I think it's 400.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
It's still, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Amount.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
And we'll be back next week with more fun.
Let's hope so. We're still alive.
Yeah, she spent all day packing things and breaking things down.
Yeah. But we'll make it. We'll make it work.
Get our steps in.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm getting my arm cardio, carrying things and pounding things.
Oh, get a little aggression
walls.
down.
Well, I did get to bust down a wall last
Oh, yeah. I didn't put those pictures on social media yet. I should.
Yeah.
People are going to appreciate that, I think.
Yeah. I've never done demolition work before, and it was fun. It was very dusty.
I mean.
No, we didn't have any injuries, so that was good.
Yeah, you just got some paint chips under your fingernails.
Yeah, that was a different day. But yeah, that did hurt quite a bit. Anyway.
Well, yeah, that's why they do that for torture, right? Like put stuff under your fingernails. Yeah,
that makes sense.
All right, that really isn't relevant.
Yeah, we're definitely going off topic now.
Have a good night. We will see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.